What's going on everyone? This is Gaurav and welcome to my learning channel. So in today's video, we'll learn about how to create and delete a database and a table in MySQL. So without any further delay, let's get started. So in last video, we installed MySQL and Workbench in our computer. Now post installation, this is how your system should look like. So we will go ahead and get started with the local instance of MySQL that we installed. Here, you can also have a cloud data or any other data sources that you could potentially want to use. Once you click on that, then this is a section where you will come into. So I would like to take next 20 to 30 seconds to get you through the different sections of MySQL bench. But if you already know this, then feel free to skip this section. Few of the things that you would like to know, first of all, is all of the databases and tables that you create. You can potentially go ahead and see that from this particular section, which is called schemas. All of your queries that you will write will come here, and the result of the query will come in this section. If you write any query and you want to trigger the code, then this is the button for that. Now, when we are viewing the data, you have an option. You can limit the number of rows that you would like to see. Now, if you increase the overall number of rows, then it does take a toll on your overall RAM because all of that data gets loaded in your RAM. If it is just for viewing purpose, and if you just want to see how your data looks like, then I would limit the overall number of records to maximum 1000, which is what it defaults come to as well. Another quick thing is in the MySQL Workbench, the overall zoom level is fairly low. I would suggest that you get started with, I think, 160 to 200 odd percentage. Before we start talking about how to create database and a table, let's quickly review what does a database and table mean. So tables are objects which contains all the data. So you can make a customer demographics table and you can have details like customer ID, customer name, customer age, and some of the other variables like that. So that's exactly what we are going to do in today's video as well. Now, database is a collection of highly structured tables. So for instance, if you want to have a customer details as a database, and one of the table in that database could be customer demographics. And apart from that, you can have other tables like customer transactions, customer salary, and things like that. Now in MySQL, you can write the code with your caps on or without caps on. Now the command for creating a table is fairly simple. Let's say I want to create a database called GA1. So I'll go ahead and trigger the code. If your code is successfully run, then you will see this small green tick here. And if you really want to see if your database is created properly, then another thing you can do is just refresh this schema section. And now you can see that there's a new database here called GA1. Now, once you have created a database, let's take a look at it, how it looks like. Within a database, you will have different sections for tables, views, stored procedures, and functions. So in today's video, we'll take a look at the tables. But right now, we don't have any table within this database GA1. So we'll be creating few of the tables as we move forward. Now, let's say once you have created the database and you want to delete it, then the query for the same is, now we simply execute drop database GA1. Now you can see that GA1 is gone. So let's just go ahead and quickly recreate it because we will be creating a table on top of it. Now let's move on to the next section, which is how to create a table. Now let's say we want to create a table which has details about customers. So say for instance, if you want a table which has information like customer ID, customer name, age, and state code. Now this is just a very simplistic example. Feel free to create another tables with like a lot more information. So if you want to do something like this, I have already pre-written the code. So let me paste it right here. The code will look something like this. So first of all, we are just trying to create a schema for the table. So it will look something like create table. And this is your table name. Now, as you can see that I have added my first table. This is your table name. But on top of it, I have also added GA1. It will create a table within your database GA1. If you don't put this, then by default, wherever your current pointer is, that's where the table is going to be created. So let's say, for instance, if you're working on a bigger project and you have multiple databases, this comes in very handy because at the same time, while you're executing the codes, you can create multiple different tables in different databases. Now, as a part of this table, as I mentioned, we want to have 4 different variables. So you have customer ID, customer name, age, and state. Now, when you're creating the database, you also have to specify this to SQL that what are the different data types for each one of these variables. In this instance, customer ID is int, customer name is varchar, age is int, and state is varchar. So varchar is nothing but character data type. As you can see that whenever I'm specifying varchar, I'm also specifying the size. I would say that customer name for the most part is probably going to be less than 50 characters. So I'm going to go ahead and put it like that, and then let's execute it. So as you can see that this code was executed successfully. Let's take a quick look. Now here you can see that now you have a small arrow for tables. Now you can see that you have a new table that is created, which is my first table. Now at this point in time, my first table is just a schema. There is no content in this. There is no actual data set inside of this table. So you have just 4 variables that's been created. So let's try to insert some data in this table. Now I've already pre-written this code, so I'm going to go ahead and quickly paste this. But let's quickly go through that as well. If you want to insert some data in your existing table, there are multiple ways with which you can do it. First of all, you can create some CSV or TSV file and you can import it here. Another option is that you can simply write the data points, the values for the same, and then you can insert it in your existing table, which is what we are going to do today. So let's take a look at this query. The query suggests insert into this is your table. What is the order of the different variables with which the data will be coming in? So data will be coming in as customer ID followed by customer name, age, and state. Now, as you can see that these are the same 4 variables that I have created. So let's start inserting some values. So for the first row, for this customer where the customer ID is 1, the values are John for the name, 25, age of the customer, NY is the place where this customer is living. And similarly for the second data point, it's 2, Sam, 26, and Texas. And similarly, you can enter as many data points. Let's quickly try to run this code. As you can see that this code has again run successfully. So let's refresh this and let's try to see the content of this table. So in order to do that, there are a few options. Now, a very simplest and the quickest option is to just select the rows and again limit 1000. This will essentially tell you the first 1000 rows, how it looks like. Let's do that. As you can see, once I did this, then it opened a new query window and then it has written a new query for me as well. We are not going to go into the detail of this because right now we just want to see what is the content of the table. So in this table, as we have entered, there are like just 4 different rows. So you have customer IDs, customer name, age, and state. And for each one of these variables, you have 4 rows. These were the same data points that we entered in our last query. So your table is successfully created within your database called GA1. Now let's say if you want to delete this table, the query for the same is also fairly simple. This is where you enter the name of the table and execute it. Now you can see that this table is gone. Now there is no arrow here. There are no tables within GA1. So hopefully this gives you a good idea about how to create a database, how to create a table, how to insert information into your table, how to delete a database, and how to delete a table. So as we continue into this playlist, in this next video, we'll take a look at select statement and what are the different options we can explore as a part of select statement. Thank you so much and have a happy learning.